Okay, here we go. This is Algebra 1, Lesson 3.4, variables on both sides. So the next little wrinkle we have in solving equations is to have variables on both sides of the equal sign. And so to solve these types of equations, what we do is we just collect the variables on one side and the constants or the numbers without variables on the other side. And it does not matter which side the variable is on. Remember that an equation is like a scale. It doesn't matter which side the weights are on. As long as they balance out, that's what matters. Okay, so we've got some steps for solving linear equations. So step 1, use the distributive property to remove any grouping symbols. Okay. Step 2, simplify the expression on each side of the equation. So simplify, that basically means to combine like terms. Step 3, we're going to use our properties of equality to put the variable on one side and the constants on the other side. Step 4, we're going to use those properties of equality to solve for the variable. And step 5, check your solution. So that's the beauty of equations, is we can always check our answer to make sure that we got the right answer. All right, so let's just take a look at some examples here. So I have a little helpful tip. It does not, you don't have to do this, but it might make it easier in the long run if you decide to eliminate the term with the smaller coefficient. Okay, and so a coefficient is the number in front of the variable. So if we see that we have 2 and 12x, okay, well 2 is smaller than 12. So if we decide to eliminate that one and subtract 2x, okay, I think that's going to help you out in the long run, because then you're always going to have a positive coefficient, okay? And so that might just save you some time later when by not having to divide by a negative number. All right, so if I subtract 2x's over here, it goes away. 12x minus 2x, so I get 10x. All right, now I've done a little bit of solving, so I should go ahead and update the problem. Drop down everything. It's negative 14. All right, and so now I have the variable on the right side. Now I need to put the constants or the number without the variable on the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and add 14. You do it to one side, you got to do it to the other. So I'm going to add 14 here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. All right, negative 14 plus 14, that goes away. Negative 4 plus 14, that's going to equal positive 10. Update the problem, drop down that equal sign and the 10x. All right, and the last step, 10 times x, so I just need to do the opposite. So I divide by 10, divide by 10, and I'm left with 1x is equal, or yeah, 1 is equal to x, right? 10 divided by 10 is 1, so we got 1 is equal to x. Okay, so don't get confused with the variable on the right side. It's the same thing as this, right? Does not matter. Okay, number 2. All right, step 1 tells us to use the distributive property to remove any grouping symbols, so we should do that first. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute this to 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. All right, just done a bit of solving, so we should go ahead and update the problem. Drop down everything on the right side. All right, now I want to eliminate the smaller of the two coefficients. Again, coefficient is the number in front of the variable, so we have 2 and negative 2. Negative 2 is smaller than positive 2, so I should try to eliminate this term here. Okay, so how do I get rid of a negative 2x? I need to add 2 x's. Not just 2, but 2 x's. All right, do it to one side, I got to do it to the other side. So I'm left with 4x minus 8 is equal to this side that the x's cancel out. I'm just going to drop down this negative 10. All right, So now I have just put the variable on the left side, so I need to put the constant on the right side. Okay, so that means this -8 needs to go away. I'm going to do so by doing the inverse operation and adding 8. You do it to one side, got to do it to the other side. All right, this side, the 8's cancel. You're going to drop down this 4x is equal to -8 plus 10. That's going to be -2. All right, last step, divide by 4. Divide by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. So I'm left with 1x is equal to -2 divided by 4. Just going to reduce this down to -1/2. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's take a look at number 3. It's a pretty intense problem here. I'm going to go ahead and erase this here. All right, so the first step is to use the distributive property to remove any grouping symbols. So I'm going to have to distribute not only this -10, but also this negative symbol here. We can think about this as a -1 and distribute that out. Okay, so let's do the -10 first. So -10 times +2, that's -20. Then do the second distribution, that is -10 times -5n, it's +50n. And now let's do the second set over here. We're going to distribute this -1. -1 times +1n is just going to make this a -1n, or we can just write -n. Okay, second distribution, -1 times -1 is going to equal +1. All right, now we should just go ahead and update this problem. Drop down the 80n minus 30n. All right, so we've just done the first step. Now we should simplify the expression on both sides of the equation. So this essentially just means combine like terms. Okay, so on both sides. So I should combine my n's over here. Okay, so I have 80 n's minus 30 n's. So that's going to equal 50n. And now I combine like terms over here as well. Okay, so I've got my variables to combine and then also my constants. So 50n, take away one of those n's, I'm going to have 49n, and -20 plus 1 can equal -19. All right, so now I've got variables on both sides and I've got a constant on one, so it makes much more sense to just go ahead and get the variables on the left side, and then also is nice because I'm eliminating the smaller of the two coefficients. So I go ahead and do that, subtract 49 on both sides, 49n I should say. So it eliminates on the right, and 50n minus 49n, I'm left with just 1n is equal to, just drop down this -19, and it looks like we're done. We're solved for. We have 1n is equal to -19. So there we go. There's our answer. All right, moving on. Number 4. I'm going to go ahead and erase up here really quick. All right, so the first thing we need to do, step 1 says to use distributive property to remove any grouping symbols. So let's do that. 4 times n is 4n, and 4 times positive 0.5, that's the same thing as just multiplying by a half. So that's going to equal 2. You could definitely use your calculator if you didn't know that one. All right, we've distributed on the left side. We also have some distribution to do over here. Ooh, hold on a second. There we go, just had to add that -2 in there. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and distribute this 5. So 5 times positive 2n, it's going to equal 10n. And do the second distribution, that's 5 times negative 2, which is negative 10. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the variables on one side. I'm going to choose to eliminate the smaller of the two coefficients. So I'm going to subtract this 4n, subtract this 4n over here as well. And I'm left with 2 is equal to 10n's minus 4n's, that's 6n. And just drop down this negative 10. Alright, so now I've got the variable just on the right side, so I want to get the constants on the left. So I need to get rid of this negative 10. I can do so by adding 10. That's the inverse operation. Do it to one side, got to do it to the other side. Eliminates on the right side. 2 plus 10 is 12. It's equal to 6n. Remember that 6 times n. So I want to do the inverse operation and divide by 6 to get n by itself. Do it to one side, got to do it to the other, so I got to divide by 6 on the other side. I'm left with 12 divided by 6, which is 2, is equal to 6 over 6 is equal to 1 or 1n. And there we go. Alright, I think that's all I got for you today. Come check out the next video to see some goofy things that happen when we're solving equations with variables on both sides.